Yeah. This is that get up on the dance shit, fill up another glass shit. Got me two-stepping and placing gripping on that ass. Hey, I ain't tripping what them haters say. Me and my team super clean, so we do the thing. I'm a product of pop, listening in Biggie flows. Got me lighting up the competition like got the most silly hoe. Tricks are for kids, you ain't playing me. I'm from the biggest little city, ain't no stopping me. My donga, my nigga, we chasing dreams and stacking figures. I'm trying to get us all about the hood. Yeah that I made, and yeah that I did. You feel what I feel? Big ups to all of my soldiers who always kept it real. I've been trying to holler at shorty since I many days. Got me feeling for your body up in so many ways. I wanna do what them lovers do. And if you feeling me, baby, stop my way, boo. Anything you want, baby, hit me later. So into you, move it with the vibe. I just wanna rub you down. Baby, let me love you down. Anything you want, baby, hit me later. So into you.
You are now tuned in to another episode of WEFOBZ. And as you're listening or tuning in, you know, myself, Puni Moa, and my good buddy of mine, guysosmooth. Guysosmooth, man, how you doing today, bro?
Another day.
Yes.
Day, man, trying to get that dollar.
I know, right, man? So to our listeners, man, we had an interesting week, man. Kind of want to just talk about how our week went, well, especially for me, you know, I went to a funeral and stuff and just getting back, but we'll get into that. Anyways, we got some updates to our listeners. I'm glad to have guysosmooth here, and we're just gonna jump right to it. Oos. We are pushing out WEFOBZ music, and I'm gonna let Guy talk more about that to introduce that to our listeners.
Thanks, man. So WEFOBZ Music is the music department for our whole WEFOBZ platform. And this is something we've always wanted to do. And there's a lot of us here, the current host of WEFOBZ. We dabble in music. It plays a big part of what we do, especially here in the entertainment world. And we figured we'd have some tunes that a lot of you all may want to listen to. One of the ways we plan on putting out those tunes is through this platform. Once again, on Web3. NFTs, you can get exclusive NFTs that have their own exclusive artwork and stuff like that. So we're putting all that together. What does this all mean? That's the part of WEFOBZ we want to do. You want to get our music, be rewarded as a holder of our music, and bring in more fans to the music if you like what we're giving. So this is just another way or path to financial freedom, while at the same time entertaining and educating our WEFOBZ nation.
That's what's up, man. And like you said, if you are enjoying our podcast and you want to be a part of the team, tune in to WEFOBZ under WEFOBZ.io. So whether you're driving to work or working out at the gym or simply in a good mood to laugh, tune in here at WEFOBZ. Don't miss out on the fun, man. Subscribe now and join our community of listeners who just knows that laughter is truly the best medicine. You know, shout out to El Banger, because I know you enjoy listening to that. And
right, El Banger, man. We've been waiting for you to get on, bro.
You know, a lot of these brothers, a lot of these oofs, man, they enjoy these sound bids, and I'm like, man, I got to bring those back. And thank God I got you guys to help me to get all that all lined up. And like Pastor Ray said, have some content and have some context in it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Pastor Ray, bro.
So this is a song that we did back in probably 2009, and I'm bringing it out because me and my partners who did this music, we was at a point. There was a point where we wanted to dab into the music industry and be something about it, and it was about the same time that guysosmooth was shooting out movies out there, Sekiya, or it was all
It was
within that.
exactly the same time.
Yeah, right.
It was in the stars and the moon where we were trying to make mountains move.
There you go, man. So to our
trying to get
listeners,
somewhere.
who are tuning in, man, this episode really is going to be about me and God So Smooth and how we actually connected. It's going to be here and there, but it's going to show you, what we're all about, and like I said about the music. But without further ado, man, I'm going to play a little bit. I hope you guys like it. The song is it's actually a Christian song,
Is it just a song or you got a music video to go with it?
Oh, well, that's another thing that I'm working on. With Guy So Smooth being my mentor, with learning how to dabble in this music world. Yep, got a little music video. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. But without further ado, man, here's a little bit, I guess, snippet of what you've done for me. And shout out to Solid Oos and Peanut, my man Pipe. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys are featured on the song. And also shout out to the beat maker, Junior. And shout out to Lots Production, who made this happen. It was...
I said, what is done for me? I said, what is done for me? I said, what is done for me? You said my soul.
And there you go, man. That's one of them songs that we had. It's almost about 10 years ago. That's in 2009, I believe. One of them songs that's been sitting on the shelf. I think that's one thing I enjoy about this show, this podcast, is that I'm able to bring out some stuff that, Puni Moa used to do back then. And still enjoy it, but might as well put it out there. Don't let it go to waste in the internet world. You know what I'm saying, God?
That song's got like that old school style piano vibe from back in the islands.
Believe it or not, that was actually what it was. The beat was made off of was a piano, a keyboard.
But you know what I mean, right? That rhythm, that churchy style rhythm from back in the day. But I see you've updated it with a lot of our avatars and a lot of the filters and stuff from your editing with the software we use nowadays. That's pretty cool, bro. So that's what, a religious type of song, affirmation type of song? What is that?
I want to say religious because we were basing it like Samson, Goliath, like what the Lord has done for us, at that time. Like they say in the world of Jesus is still the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, something like that. But yeah, man, that's what that song was made off of. But just us boys getting together, and we were just feeling it. We did it in my apartment at that time, and just was actually we were more into the auto tune. We figured out how to use the auto tune, and all Samoans, we all, I think the whole world. Once you start recording with auto tune, bro, it's or they say the team playing. It's fun. Yeah. It's a fun thing to do, But yeah, man. That's what that was all about.
So how do you feel about it? Like now that you're releasing it 10 years later, you think a crowd can connect with it nowadays? What do you think?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I know, that was something that we did, me and my brothers did, and it was fun doing. And you never know, man. We just leave it to the audience, right? To the listeners, if they like it, if they can vibe off of it or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you mentioned that I put like a lot of our background. Yeah, and there's a purpose of that because I don't want none of these stuff go to waste too. A lot of things should get
it's like a
documented.
Documentary in of itself, like like saving memories, like an album, right? Remember the albums they use for the old school photos?
That's right.
You're too young to understand what albums are. You see them in your computers. They used to be these books. And you could rip off like the plastic, not rip them off, but take off the plastic and put your photos in it, because photos used to be printed on paper, photo paper, and you save them in albums. That's the old days. But nowadays, you save them in your freaking phone, your hard drive. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, bro. Memories, souvenirs of our past.
That's right, bro. Absolutely correct, man. Yeah, would I like for it to take off? Absolutely, But I'm also being a realistic too. If it pops, it pops. If it don't, it don't. You never know. But also, I would like it to be this. There's a reason for me. It's my kids. You know what I'm saying? So especially for my kids. Whenever time calls me, because health matters, and I don't know. I've just been having that weird thing, guy. It's when I hit my 40s. Yeah, that like reality check.
What is it called again? When middle-aged men like us start feeling it.
Bro, that's a fact, man. It's that I didn't even know there was even an issue of that, but it is mid-age crisis.
Is that what is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yep, mid-age crisis. Yep, mid-age crisis.
What is it called? Middle-age crisis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're not technically, I don't know why.
Midlife crisis.
Yes, there you go.
Midlife crisis.
But to go upon that too, it's we're actually technically I've seen it somewhere, but we're actually not in the half age. We're actually past the half age because people are determining it from 100 years, but people don't live to live to 100. A lot of people die within the 70s, 80s. There's more, and at least for my circle 50s, of my family, it's younger, 60s, bro.
A lot of people dying even younger than that. 50s,
so it's even a pleasure to even reach 40. You get what I'm saying? And that's surpassed a half. That's what I'm saying, for at least from my end. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's another reason why I feel like these because it did mean something at that moment when I was recording. I did it because I enjoy singing, you know what I'm saying? Like just creating music and stuff like that. And just don't want it to go to waste.
I mean, a lot of musicians and artists in general and creators, they have stuff that sits on the shelves that never gets released. And the sad truth is it probably doesn't get released till after your death, which is, knock on wood, that's sad, right?
Yeah, right.
All the big artists had their music released after their death. Let's not be one of those. We got the WEFOBZ way. We want to get it in now. So, Puni Moa, we go back to it. So, where are we going to be able to find this music if people want to listen to the entire full song?
That's where you find it at WEFOBZ.io.
You heard it here, people. We're getting that WEFOBZ music segment. We're going to put that up on the website. It's going to be all over the social media channels. You're going to be able to find our music there. And once again, you'll be dealing with NFT style, and we'll be rocking that. Mostly, you're gonna own limited editions and stuff like. We'll tell you. Well, you'll figure it out as we go along, and we're still figuring it out too. Actually, You know what, my bro? We're not figuring out. We know how to do it. It's just the world's got to catch up.
Tell them,
especially our coconut community. Catch up.
Tell them, baby. Shoot, man. Shout out to us, Oos. Yes, man. Yes, man. Shoot. Shout out to us. It was, and all the WEFOBZ out there, bro. Because we're definitely onto something, Bruce. And man, the one thing that makes me, or what should I say? How should I put this? What I enjoy about partnering with you is the ahead of the game that you are. You see stuff that you're a lot ahead before actually pops, kind of like the Bitcoin kind of like the Bitcoin thing, right? I've heard about it. Go ahead, bro.
Let me cut in a little bit before we fly too far. See, it's a curse too to me. Like I feel like it's a curse. You can be a pioneer at something, at seeing things happen before they happen. But the problem is, people may think you crazy. People may think, nah, it's not going to go that way. And then later on down the line, they will come and innovate the stuff that you pioneered. You get it?
Yes.
They will build off of what the They will build off the pathway you set when you discovered a certain technique or a certain way to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're coming from, bro. I'm glad that you see the vision, but the vision is also, we will pioneer these things, but we also will come back and build back on it. And that's what we're doing with just like how you, I see you got the whole YU's new design look going. I see you dropping this music now. So this is going to be like a what? Everyday thing for the YU's podcast? Dropping some gold on new releases, or should I say releases that have been on the shelf? What's up?
Yes, everything that you just mentioned is going to be old and new song. It'll be from yours truly, Puni Moa too, and then also
The rest of the gang?
with the rest of the gang, man. I mean, I personally, like me and you, and we were talking to Benji when he first got on. I wasn't into it or didn't realize that I still enjoy the music. Because sometimes
told us, man, my heart's not in the music no more.
For real, bro. And here I am, man, putting out songs. Oops, you know what I'm saying? It's like I personally like it, but so far, my inner circle that I put it out there, they don't like it.
Wait, come back. What do you mean? This song that we just featured right here?
Well, this song and some other songs too, bro. Like, I'm just getting negative thoughts. But you know what I learned, man? I learned something from T.I., bro. He said, man, if you feel it in your own gut that is good, somebody feels it the same way you feel it, Puni. So just put it out there, baby.
I like it.
So that's what I'm doing, man, because it's not appealing. It's not the vibe that my own family likes, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That's why
we got WEFOBZ, because we gonna make it the vibe.
Yeah.
You all haven't seen it attached to a commercial or a movie or a documentary or a podcast.
Hey, that would be nice, bro. But we'll see, right? Because I've always been like that, man. I felt like, well, everything played on radio. It's like they're forcing it on us. Where people, it's like that muscle memory. People feel like this is how it's supposed to sound, or this is how you're supposed to dress. I'm talking specifically with my style of music. I feel like, man, now if I just put it out there and keep blasting it like how radios overplay stuff, eventually it's gonna pop us.
Bro, we're not okay. So one of the things I want to get right, so this is the new version of radio podcasts.
It is.
Now that you bring that up, and I feel how I understand what you're saying with the circles. They're not really feeling the music and stuff like that. Wait, that's why we're gonna innovate on it. That's what we do. We pioneer it. We're gonna innovate it. So you gotta watch out. YU's is on YU's is coming up on a season 2, right, bro? Like, the anniversary for YU's is coming up now that we done with the WEFOBZ podcast anniversary.
Oh yeah, bro. It's coming up soon, bro. And I'm just excited to what we got laid out. I'm not gonna tell the fan, the listeners yet, but that's something to stay tuned in, man. YU's is definitely headed to a direction that it's gonna be a lot more productive. You're gonna have more, it's just gonna be entertaining, man. Just tune in for it, Right, guy. I was like, just tune into it, man.
On this one,
yeah. And again, I just want to give a shout out to the listeners because even me going, we're gonna jump right to it. Anything else on this as far as the music goes, guy, or are we gonna move on to the next?
It's all you, bro. With the music. It
is
what it is, bro.
It is what it is, man. And even if you, let's close this topic off. For if you do music too, if you're listening and you do music, man, reach out to us. You can find us at, again, WEFOBZ, WEFOBZ.io. It's funny I gotta say it like that, but sometimes people are driving and they just,
Sometimes people are WEFOBZ.
Somebody's just coconut heads, right? But yeah, man.
For life.
If you're like Puni Moa, man, you're in the age of 40, 50, 60, 70, who cares? And you have some bomb dimes that you have on your shelf, or maybe in your storage, or maybe at your ex's house. Reach out to reach out to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. Let's put it on there. Nowadays they got a lot of I don't know what else to tell you. Just reach
Bro.
out to us and we can blow it out there for y'all too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If you ever been sitting on your ass and you're like, oh, my bad. I'm trying to not cuss too much on
It's all right,
episodes
Oos.
anymore.
Yep.
Try to go rated G and stuff.
We
You
done a
sitting
lot better,
on
bro.
your, how the Hawaiians put it, okole.
Okole. Okole.
And you had the knack for music back in the day. You had something made. Hit us up, man. You never know. You never lost it or what? Let's work something out.
Man, and speaking of that, man, also Jackie Fapito. When you hear this, bro, hit me up, Boost. Our song, Misia Oi. And then you and the what is Samo Fika boys, man. Hit me up, bro, because we did some music back then too. That needs to be brought out now, man. I think now it's what do they say nowadays with all the social, with all the mainstream? It's good to be Polynesians right now. It's good to be Samoans. It's good to be brown skin. You know, this is our time. So maybe a lot of things happen like that. You know, it's like there's a reason that it hasn't popped at that time, but right now, man, the world is they're looking at us Islanders, and we're it right now. You know what I'm saying? So holla at us, man. Just reach out to us. Rather, it's any kind of genre too, right, guy? We don't discriminate, man. You want to, yeah, you want to do
as long as it's entertaining and educating, we'll go for it.
What about
with that?
Bro, what about
released your anniversary was on April 1st next year.
Really?
Yeah. Your first episode was released with us on April 1st of this year. 4/1/2023. That episode was the WEFOBZ podcast episode 1.
Dang, how time has flied. And look at where we at, man. We started from like no background screens. You know, there's a reason we have all these virtual stuff because we have some virtual lands out there that when you're a gamer, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, we spilled that out, but man, it's one of those things where I keep saying, if you didn't get on the bandwagon, you missed out.
Yeah, and I like that, man. Keep it going, man. So
we're gonna keep going. I mean, look where we're at now, man. Don't you love this background? You love these avatars. Love that music, the way you put it out. I think you have another song you also put together, right? Who's still in the works?
It's still in the works, man. You know, just look out. We'll just put songs out there.
Look out for WEFOBZ music. WEFOBZ is going to be where you want to be if you want to listen to the new tunes that from any of the WEFOBZ members. Whenever we're going to put something else, you're going to want to tune into the WEFOBZ podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Puni Moa.
And I'm your queen. Don't forget, log into WEFOBZ.io.
That's where you'll find everything you need to know about us.
We also got merches selling on the website. You'll see the podcast WEFOBZ right there on WEFOBZ.io.
We appreciate your support.
Yeah. See ya.
Bro, we're going to talk about this trip, man. Before I go on with my end, bro, any interesting thing happened on your end this past weekend?
Nah, it's the same old, bro. Just dealing with our stuff and dealing with family.
Okay. Well, what I want to talk about is something old and something that would never die. Fa'alavilavis. Why do we say that in English, bro?
I don't know. I call it obligation, cultural family obligations.
Yes, fa'alavilavi, man. And we're not going to go so much into it, man. It's just more of my experience of what our generation is doing. And it's pretty cool to just see. Anyways, man, just keeping it, just to get to the point is.
Wait.
What's up, Bruce? Go ahead.
Gotta ask the big question.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you know what, bro? Shoot, man, you're right about that.
You with that, bro? I hit you with that on your own show, bro.
It's like, why, Oos? Why, Oos? Are we talking about this, Puni Moa?
Yes, why?
Well, you know, because, man, I was chopping it. So I flew back home. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna name out the home just for security purpose and safety stuff, privacy issues, right? And I flew back home in his state, and I caught up with my man Yoangi, aka John. You know what I'm saying? And when I got there, my man was just like, "Puni, man, it's good to have you, Oos." I said, "What's good, bro? You know what? We got to do what we got to do." So we did what we had to do, man. I mean, we're 40 years old. We You would think that we would be at that, and both of us ain't got no chief titles. Just to educate the viewers, if you ain't got a chief title, it don't matter what age you are, baby. You still gonna be doing chores and stuff like that. Like,
You
pretty
saying you're
much.
still gonna be a slave to the system, Moose?
Yeah. Hey,
Damn,
that's
that's
how it is.
deep.
That's how it, especially if you ain't got the help. Now, granted, at a typical Samoan out here in America, for at least what I witnessed, we have a lot of soldiers. I like to call them soldiers or elite or kamali or just we have enough youth or children that can do all those chores. You know the ones that when all said and done, then they do the Samoan, the Samoan tradition where they start giving, like giving money, giving all the other yada yada yada, going back and forth, right, for both families or even church stuff like that.
The
So the obligation part, right? And it's really interesting because, like I said, man, I thought I was coming out there and being, within the 40 years, like, oh, gee, just kind of chilling. Uh, you know, I felt some type of weight. You know what I'm saying?
They violate you because you
Because they didn't honor. It don't matter. That's the beautiful thing about Samoans and the cruel thing about Samoans. They didn't embrace the fact that Puni Moa was there. A celebrity was in their presence.
what celebrity use?
Puni Moa was sweating. I was sweating, bro, like a pig goose. Oh, the lowest of low,
they had you doing the most.
lowest of low, bro. Just like man, that's what I love about Samoa, man. This is what I love about our culture.
Oh,
it humbles you, bro.
okay.
It doesn't matter.
Say so.
Bro, it doesn't matter. What, at least for my side of my family, right? It doesn't matter what position you are in this world, dog. If you ain't a pastor, a pastor, a pastor, as I always going to say that, if you're not a pastor or a chief, you ain't nothing, baby. You ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Age ain't nothing but a number, baby. Especially in my family, man.
Bro, I feel you, man. But I always have a bone to pick with that. I'm one of those on the rebellious side, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. You're gonna have the rebellious ones, and then you're gonna have the ones that just
sweat it off and just
sweat it off, bro.
Way, like this one guy who's thought he was a celebrity.
Nah, I say that jokingly with Yoangi. I'm like, man, Yoangi, you didn't let the crowd
over there laughing his Okole off.
Yeah, Okole, yeah, his moolie off, Okole moolie, all that is off.
Puni, what you doing?
Yeah, exactly, dog. And I'm like, Yoangi, I'm doing the same thing you're doing, my man. We sweating, bro. We sweating, dude. Like pig, because we taking out, and there's this, for those that don't know what we're talking about, man, there are so many YouTube and there's education, especially shout out to the ones out there in New Zealand doing that for us, man. Shout out to them that's always uploading, educating the viewers of what a Samoa is or Sua. Even the Sua to follow all, right? But anyways, what I want to get to, bro, is the fact that it was at least about a good 10 yards, dog, from where the pastor was sitting there and to where myself and Young had to go carry these big old freaking chicken cases. And chicken cases are like what? Like maybe like 20 pounds a case.
You want me to explain for people, so coconuts who don't understand about what?
Go right at it, Oos. Go right at it.
So in the Samoan culture, the Samoa, well, they call it the Samoa, but it's existed for a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
When a certain occasion, a certain festival, like a birthday party or the crowning of, you're gonna name a new chief or somebody. What did you guys do yours for? What was your guys' celebration?
It was actually a funeral.
Okay, a funeral. Someone passes on. when these type of things happen in the Samoan culture, there is a family type of obligation or a family type of ritual or purpose or ceremony where one side of the family has to give gifts to honor the past one.
Oh yeah.
To the other side of the family who the past one belongs to. It could be, there's so many relations. You could have the dad and the mom, the dad's parents and the mom's parents, and it gets all so convoluted, but everybody knows their role. And usually the ones who don't do chores during these ceremonies are the chiefs and the pastors, and anybody on their same level. They just sit around. What Puni Moa is complaining about is that no matter how many years he put into life, he went back and he was the lowest of the low because he had to go do all the chores. And one of the chores is to give gifts to the other side, say to the family that the funeral is happening for. But you're saying how many yards? How many yards away was this family sitting?
I want to say like a good 10 yards, baby. Like maybe 10 yards, maybe
so imagine,
20 yards.
Okay, 10 yards to a lot of people is not that far. But
no.
10 yards with carrying cases of chicken. So back in the day, it used to be what you could afford. Like what little you could afford. Not a lot of people had much to afford. So they would give like a nice cooked chicken or a can of soda or something to give to the family just to say, hey, we're here to help you out with the funeral. Nowadays, they've gone kind of overboard and they buy hundreds of cases of chicken, hundreds of cases of cans of corned beef or spaghetti. Like people go out of it's become a part where people want to show that they could buy more to give more. And what happens is those who get stuck carrying this stuff from one, they don't put it in cars or stuff to take it over. You literally have to show that you are physically carrying the gift over. And Puni Moa got stuck with that. How many cases you guys take over, bro?
20, bro. 20, baby. Yeah. 20. Hey,
but I still do. I do. So we Samoans, we take pride in the fact that we can serve. That's a big thing in the Samoan culture, being able to serve others in a good way. But it could be also looked as a bad thing. Just this is my little irksome with it. Like it could be looked at as like, I look at that man. These higher ups think we're freaking indentured servants, but not. We keep locking down on that. But
I really feel like it depends on
it depends on your view and how you view yourself, like how much you put into life.
So here's a good example, Guy. Here's a good example for a wedding. But again, like I said, it can be anything: a wedding, a funeral, a passing the chief, just whatever.
A celebration, it has to be a ceremony or whatever. Celebration.
Yeah, let's check this out.
The bride and groom, the aunties, and the maitai and Zaulialea.
And on the green side, it's pretty much the same, but not limited to the high-talking chief or the tula fale, the oldest taupo of the family, and the helpful to my ta'i and Taulealea.
Okay, Taulealea. You see the guy right there on the right-hand side on our screen news? That was me. You know what I'm saying?
So what they're calling Taulealea is a guy who has no title, no title.
It sounds nice, but it ain't. I mean, it was nice when you were young.
You are still in servitude to
man. I'm trying to make it sound good. Who's for the viewers? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm Simba at that moment, but I'm
Simba
40.
Simba was held up in the hands. You ain't no Simba, bro.
Hey, hold on.
You're Zazu.
Here we go, man.
And this is how it all begins. The host families welcome the guest with a fatu lima, a formal Samoan welcome.
So to the listeners and to the one that tune into our YouTube to check out what me and Guy's looking at, and we'll post the link.
The link in the description.
But I just want the viewers to see like what's going on for the non-Samoan,
Yeah, so there's a host family, and then there's the family.
Have you ever sat there trying your best to understand what's going on? Well,
you heard what he said? Have you ever sat there and try your best to see what's going on? Yeah, I was.
You're lost in the translation. You're lost in the sauce. So that's what Puni's complaining about. which
You're not alone.
he's not alone.
The orator's language is a very special language. Based
I love this. Let me try to
This is
post
known
it.
as Fa'alelelepepe.
So as you can see, they're starting to bring
They're
gifts
giving
and
the
stuff.
gifts
Yep.
now. Yep, the gifts to honor the other side of the family to
The
help.
fine
them
mat
out.
is then folded and presented to the host family.
This is a wedding.
And make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
when you're stacking up those mats, place those frilly ends behind you.
And
And
so
if you
there's
don't-
a certain way.
Yeah. And if you don't do that,
Custom.
y'all, you know, Guy knows this, man. It depends what family you're in. If you
Yeah,
do it
'cause they won't
incorrectly,
show you in the front. You don't
so
do
this
it
is
the
what,
right way.
yeah, this is what Guy's talking about, bro. This is
They
like
gonna
straight
go
up.
behind the scenes, and you're gonna learn how to do it the right
Not,
way.
not behind the scenes, right? In public. Sometimes
Oh,
it's in
crap,
public.
your family's the one that does it in public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
That's
I'm just
even
saying.
more
I seen
brutal.
that. I seen
No,
that. Not this
Those are
one.
brutal families because there's
Yeah.
so there's families that kind of what would you call it, scold you, and man, they
Yeah.
even physically discipline you in the background to do the custom right.
I'm muted
But
this. Try
then
to
Puni
try to
Moa
see
talking
if.
about these savage ones that will do it right there and then in front of everybody.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if this video will show like yeah, right there. So you see how the boxes? Now that's wrong. Now it's supposed to be the boys, just the boys that carries all those cases over. Now, the girls don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This
Supposed
is
to, but times have changed and girls are doing it now.
yeah.
The
At least
culture-
for yeah. So, anyways, shout out to my Manua family out there. You know what I'm saying?
sticking to the hardcore ways, huh?
Yeah, it was, but that's so.
Well,
Anyways, now
so-
that they're caught up, man. So I want to get to what I was trying to say, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, you lost my train of thought. Go ahead, man. What were you
Because
saying?
you were complaining that you had to carry 20 cases of chicken 10 yards, which, a lot of nice guys who are athletic. That's the other thing cool about the custom is we keep in shape to do that kind of stuff.
Duh. And not to mention, man, just in case the listeners be like, man, Puni Moa is tripping. Nah, you Samoan and you 40 years old and still doing that, bro?
Yeah.
You-
Well, yeah, he feels that type of way. which,
Yeah. So I just want to, call out my family out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. It was a great time to catch up. Just it was good. I look at it a positive way. I appreciate y'all giving me that cardio workout because I haven't been to the gym for a minute. So it's really that's what it was, man. Just
right? I mean, you
Oh,
did need
man.
to get that cardio in, though, bro. Come on now.
yeah, but anyways, besides that part, what I really want to touch up on is how we always talk about that the envelopes are exchanging.
So those envelopes that's like wads of cash in there. And it's a lot of cash for a lot of islanders, especially those who live out in Squan, bro.
So two unique things happen. The pastor that got the money, normally whoever receives it, the guest will then turn back and give some back. But the pastor went ahead and gave most of it back. He only kept a few. The main one, the main one that did the service, which is pretty cool. I've never witnessed that. It's my first time actually seeing, and I could be wrong. I don't participate in many of them, but the ones that I do participate in, normally, what I'm talking about. It's the reverend or pastor, the one that does the whole service, the funeral. Normally, they get the highest, the most
That is
amount of money.
interesting, bro. I've never.
Sure.
You know what? I think
No,
time
go
has
ahead.
shifted because usually it's the chiefs that conduct the entire ceremony.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's two people that gets the highest. Is the chief and the pastor who's pastoring the service.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying?
They get the highest envelope.
Envelope.
Of
There's
the
two
highest
people.
total of money in the
Yes, in a family envelope, right?
envelope.
And it's normally the speaking chief, and then also the one that the pastor, the one that's doing the whole service. So the pastor will always get at least on our end of the family, the pastor will have, because we consider not that the pastor's God, but it's really just the Manua way of like, that you got to take care of your pastor. So it's, just be as simple as that. But I've never seen a pastor turn around and give the money back. Normally the pastor will hold on to that money. So the family got back more money than what they gave, most of it back. And then on top of that, our talking chief Man, shout out to my chocolate chief of my family. He did not accept the money that he was getting from his gift. He went ahead and turned it around. And to me, guy, it really gave a positive energy towards me and my family, because we us being American Samoans, knowing that it doesn't matter if you're rich or whatever status you are, money that you make in America, it's still at the end of the day a very expensive and a headache way to live culture wise, with these falavelavas. And to see our own leader of our family. This is the head guy of the whole family. For him to do that, we've never seen that, bro. It's amazing, man. So that's what I wanted to bring out to the listeners. That times has changed, brother.
It actually hasn't. It's just those two are wise men. They understand the struggle. That the part that you talked about, where people give gifts more than they could afford, that's my bone to pick with the entire culture of ours. People are trying to give they're sometimes told to give a lot, but they don't have enough to give. The wages in American Samoa and Upolu are ridiculously low. There's whole social economic it goes back to the whole social economic like conflicts and stuff like that, and arguments and stuff like, how much are you supposed to give to a falabelabi? People don't speak on it. People don't speak out about trying to, it's hard work to give money to lots of falabelabi, because they don't want to be scolded. Like how I say, scolded in the background, or they don't want to be seen as not having anything or not looking poor. But the reality of the situation is a lot of families have a hard time trying to give for ceremonies like this.
It happens at times because it's repetitive.
All the time.
It's repetitive, you're always giving.
And then I go back to where there's times where families start trying to challenge. It becomes like an unheard of one-up competition. They want to one-up others on how much they're giving to the other side. That's the darker side of this. The beautiful side of it is like how Puni Moa pointed out, how these two men decided not to take the gifts that were given them and just have it sent back to the family to help the family out with their expenses. Because, man, that's the Samoa side, and then you got to come up with the real economic side, buying, if like the funeral, you said the coffin, right, to pay for the burial services, the transportation of the coffin, the hospital bills. That's where that money goes to. That's being gifted and returned. Everyone, I say those two men, those are wise men. Those are the ones that are rare nowadays. That's the difference. Used to have a lot of them back in the old days, not now.
Yeah, man. And I also just want to, thank my first cousins, because it was their mother that passed away. Rest in peace, Auntie. I didn't get the consent, so I don't want to say their names out loud, right? But just you know who you are. Yeah, because I want to give them a shout out, because even them, we talk about money. Talk about siblings that were financially ready to take care of their mom. I think it was so many learning and a motivational thing that happened, guy. That's where I'm getting at with this. It's my experience when I went there, and just to see my cousins able to provide for their mother. And one of them said, "This is the last thing that we can do for our mom." So they gave normally the way it works is either the family that lost is the one that does the funeral, or they give it to the family, either of the deceased person. Can you elaborate on what I'm talking about, Guy, to our listeners?
Goes back to the whole thing about not having enough to give. That sometimes the fact that they were able to see it through with it's becoming common now, because people are now thinking about funerals and about celebrating like weddings and stuff like that, and they're preparing financially. They're getting their finance education, even though if it's indirect, it's not true finance. They're getting their heads together and saying, we need to put money aside for this and get ready for this. Before this, like the early since the
Even early 2000 before.
From the 60s on down is how much I can, like, people were having a hard time trying to scrounge together money to pay for this stuff. There was a lot of people in that boat. But shout
Yeah,
out to
but
your family that did that, bro. Like,
they were able to take care of their mama. Like,
they took care of all of her expenses in the end,
all
right?
the expensive like when the family talked about stuff, all my cousins want was like, look, money is not an issue. Let's just get it done. Because they left, they gave it to the family, which was my aunties, sisters, and brothers, to run the show, to do the funeral, to plan it out. Let them do their last, thing for their sister. Vice versa, the kids are just listening, right? So, shout out to my cousins, man, because they did such a great job and showed examples of how it should get done.
Remember, I think on that last one, I don't know if you were with us on the last one, we talked about wills.
Yeah, it was us, me, you, and
We
Queen.
talked
Yeah.
about preparing for the future. WEFOBZ Nation, this is actually, again, I keep repeating, that's why we founded the WEFOBZ platform, to get, back then, we didn't have anybody teaching us like a show telling us about finance education. There were, but there was no coconuts telling it to us on the level.
Yep.
That's what we're trying to bring. Get your finance education up. Share in our journey towards our financial freedom. Because when we reach our financial freedom, we're able to cover, we know down the line we can cover expenses like this. Whether a funeral happens in your family, a wedding, a graduation, you'll be ready for it. And that, I think a lot of Samoan families are doing that nowadays, bro. They're getting financially smarter to handle the fa'alafel in a more convenient way, like in a more better, easier way, so that everything is taken care of.
Yeah, it's still, they are, but it's still the old ways. It's still there. There's always going to be a group or family members that will still try to, even though that you can have life insurance, your whole funeral can be paid for, including food. But there are always going to be family members that still want that traditional, like, oh no, we still got to put in the money, and we're like, for what?
You mean they want to, because the money's there, bro, but then you're talking about the ones who want to do extra and try to one up. This is the one up I'm talking about in the Samoan culture when it comes
so
to.
your family does it too. I think it's just
Every
typical
family,
Samoan
bro.
family, man. And you know what? I try to look at it like it's individual with their own relationship. Every individual has a relationship with the loved one that passes away, and that's just how it goes, man.
But it doesn't connect to what they're trying to do. That's the darker side of fa'alafel. That's the darker side to me about the culture. Like, people take it and try to show off with it, I guess. Like, show up, show out.
Or it can also be the ones
just from the heart to give for the family. There's a lot of people gonna come and probably criticize me on what I just said with that stuff.
Nah, it's our own personal opinion. Not that it matters, but we're just stating what we witnessed. I mean, we can't help it, but say what we actually witnessed. Because I've also witnessed, bro. I also witnessed that there are a lot of those family members that were supposed to be there that didn't show up. Or I've witnessed like, oh, so there's favoritism. The word favoritism.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's sad.
But
like, to see that in real life.
It's the same as any other. That part though is the same as any other funeral around the world. You'll have those that show up and those that don't.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're referring specifically to is when we do the ceremony of the gift giving. That's where things kind of get a little.
Yeah.
In the gray area, there's good things and beautiful parts about it, and then there's things where you're like, okay, this doesn't look right.
For me, I feel like it's more of a miscommunication and not understanding. So there are those that like act like they know what they're talking about, and they're just actually making it up as they're going because they can speak the language. And then there are those that don't even speak the language that actually knows what's going on because they participate in every event, so.
Hey man, there's
a lot of those
who are sharks at this stuff. Like,
yeah,
unfortunately. Within these ceremonial events, everyone, there's sharks. Like, there's sharks out there that can go out there. They probably not related to the family or like somewhat related, but they'll go out there and sit and receive gifts, like speaking at these events and receive gifts of their own just to increase their ceremonial coffers or their treasure chest. There's some people who do that.
My closing thought on this is just to each its own. You know, when you go to a family
To each their own. Come on.
when you go to a family falavelavels, because of the way I feel, like you said, you have you feel some type of way for people like taking advantage of their title or their status, right?
When
To
they
me,
take advantage of it, that hurts me. Like that really rubs me the wrong way.
yeah, but to me, I'm like, well, it's only like that because I'm not in that position of leadership in the family. And in order to do that, you're just gonna have to do it to become the leader. You know, that's my way. If you don't like it, do something about it. Right?
Well, that's how I call them out. Like they need to be called out. But then, you know, it's a whole nother podcast if we talk about when they get called out because they get combative about it and they be like, no, I'm in the right.
Yeah. Then you have like what happened on that. Man, I gotta find that clip and save it because that will always be a reminder of those OGs, all those Samoan OGs. They look like pastors and stuff. They have suits on with their earphones and they're literally swinging at each other. Remember that one? That's a popular old video.
Yeah, they still have that happening to the day, bro. Like,
well, we need to save some of that.
Updated ones.
Man, you gotta send me some of those so I can use that as my little background, just showing like visualizing what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. If you don't know your Samoan Falavelave language or the lingo of it, I highly recommend you to participate in all those family functions. And when you see somebody like Puni Moa and John Iwangi, grabbing some chicken cases, go out there and lend a brother some hand. You know what I'm saying? Teamwork makes the dream work, man. That's what I got for us tonight, Oops. Yeah, brother. But, to the listeners, real quick, man, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to the number 7 podcast in the world. Again, we worldwide, baby.
Wait.
The number
7?
Yeah.
I thought we should be the number 1. Why are we the number 7, bro?
Because there's so many, there's a lot of podcasts and so many, how you hear it on the radio. Thank you for tuning into the number 1 podcast in the world. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And then you or like when you see people promote their books. Oh yeah, this is guysosmooth, an author of this book, man. The number one
best-selling author. Yeah.
Best-selling. You always hear those stuff, man. So if I figured, well, heck, if they're gonna keep promoting number 1, I might as well promote number 7. Why number 7? Because number 7 is my favorite number, baby, and it represents heaven. It represents a good thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to myself and the number 7 podcast in the world, baby.
Somebody get this farmhouse or something.
Man, we fall, baby. And I'm your host, Puni Moa.
I'm guysosmooth.
And we out, baby.
Why, tell me why the sky's blue. Tell me why this money is green. Now, Lord, please, tell me why I do these things to make tea down here like me. They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights, I be all up on God. Trying to save the world with the homies. My KB rising with my homies. Playing 2K with my homies. Jumping on Madden with the homies.